Hello everyone, I greet you in the name of Jesus Christ. You are welcome to this video where we are still looking at database. In today's lesson we are going to look at queries or coming up with the queries, and today we are going to concentrate only on text queries. So we need to know what a database query is first, or what it is used for. Now you may be having a table having very many records, and you want to display just some specific records. For that case, you will have to run a query to display for you that specific records. So therefore, a database query refers to an object that enables the user to display specific records, as well as you can use it to perform a calculation. So let's dive into what we are supposed to look at today straight away. So now here we are going to follow this. Here we are having a database query, and we have said a query refers to database object that enables the user to display specific records as well as performing calculations on a field from one or multiple tables. So it means it is one of the fastest way to search for information in a database. So here we are going to create a query, and we shall be able to also learn how to save that query. There are also many ways how you can create queries. You can use a query wizard, you can use a query design, but for this video we are going to concentrate on a query wizard. And this is the example we are going to take. So they are telling us, using any database management system of your choice, create a database and save it as employment. And for this case, I already have that database here with me, is what I'm going to use. And then create a table and save it as staff table. Create a form and use it to populate it. So I'm done with all that. I'm beginning from part D. Create a query for the above table and save it as employee query. So in our database here, what I will do, I can even first close the table. Then to create a query, you need to come and click on create. From create, there is a query wizard and query design. So you can use any of your choice. I'm going to try both. So here we shall come and click on query design. Then you will be able to see show table box here, displaying for you all the tables you have in your database. For now we have only one, so you need to select that table you want to create the query from, and you click on add. So after clicking on add once, you just close this box, and now what you are going to do, you are going to add these fields from the table to your query fields here. So for that case, you can simply select all the fields and you drop them at once. So to do that, you will come and click on any of the field name here, for example surname. Then on your keyboard, just press Ctrl A to select all those fields. Then now drag these fields and drop on the first field here, and by doing that, you have added all the fields to your query. So here now, this is already a query. We can now save it by right clicking on query one there, save, and I said we call it a employee query. Then you hit OK. So when you come and run this, you will be able to see your query. So a query is also displayed in a table form. But here, this is not the main aim of creating a query, because now here you can see we have displayed the records for all the records. We have displayed all the records. But A query is used to display a specific record, because this one can be done even using a table. So therefore, we need to dive in to the main purpose of a query. And there now, for us to do that, or for you to simply manage the record you want to display, that specific record, then you need to define what we call the criteria. So in order to control which records are displayed, you must define criteria in a query. The most common type of criteria or a query is the select records query. So let us look at how we can go about with that. So we are going to use this example here using a database created in example 8, meaning that this very database we are having here, we are required to create queries to return the following: 1, female employees; 2, male employees; 3, employees from the Department of Sales, Chemistry, then Physics. So let us try to do that. So that's now where we are going to control what is displayed in our query. Therefore, we need to run or to define the criteria. So here we are beginning with the first one. So when you look at your table, this is how the table is. So we want to begin with the first one, returning only female employees. So for here, let me close this, create query, design, add, close. Then we can select all these field names here, drag and drop on the first field here. So for this case, when you run, everyone is going to be returned, but here we want only the male employees. So for that case, we shall come to criteria here. So before I talk about criteria, let me first talk about everything here. So field here means the field names. Then the table where those field names are coming from. We can sort any a field here, either ascending or descending. Then show. Now, if this box is ticked, it means that field is going to appear on your query. In case you don't want one of the field here to appear, for example, if you don't want salary to appear, you just untick it. It means in your final query, you will not be able to see that field called salary. And then criteria, you are defining what is going to be displayed on your query. Then or is part of the criteria. So for this case, under criteria, you look for where female is. So female is under sex, and you will just come and click on a criteria under sex. Let me just zoom it. So criteria under sex is where you are going to define what you want to display. So for that case, under the criteria there, just type F. Why am I not typing female? Because the word female was not used under sex. We used F and M. So upon running this query, you can see it has only displayed for us the female stuff. So we can go ahead and save this query as a female. So that's the use of the criteria. And I will close it. Then the other one is to come up with a query to display only male employees. You do the same. Now, employees from Department of Physics. Now I'm creating a query. This time I'm going to use a wizard. So if you are using wizard, you will come and click on query wizard, and the wizard will be displayed here. You just click on OK. And for this case, you're having available fields here and the ones to be selected. I'm selecting all, meaning that I will use this arrow here. If I'm selecting one by one, you come and use the first arrow here. So I'm taking all, or I'm selecting all of them. Therefore, I will just click on that. And this time now you can see selected fields are here. Then you click on next. After clicking on next, here there is nothing you need. Just click on next. Then here, what title do you want for your query? Now here we are going to save it as a physics department, or just physics. So this is where now you come and type in the query name, physics department. you have done that, you come and now there are two things here. Open the query to view information, then modify the query design. So I'm going to modify the query design such that it takes me to the design view and I can define the criteria. Then finish. So here it has taken as where in case you use query design. Then under department, this time we need physics, so you just type there physics. So under department, the criteria is a physics, so you just type there physics. But make sure the spelling is okay. So when you run this query, you can see these are the only people from physics department, and they are now already I saved my query, giving it that name. I can simply just close it, and maybe I save the changes. So that is for that department. Then employees from the department of chemistry, you can do the same. Employees from the department of physics, you do the same. Sorry, it was supposed to be not so economics. So this one now is supposed to be employees from department of economics. So you can continue with them, and there we are. So that is using creating a query by defining the criteria. So let us look at something else within the query still. Now I want us to look at wildcard in queries. Wildcards in queries. So when we are talking about wildcard in queries, we are meaning special character that represents one or more other characters. For example, you may want to create a query to return maybe the name of employees beginning with the letter A. So for that case, you know what is beginning, but you don't know other characters. So therefore, those other unknown characters, you can use a special character to stand in for them. And some of the commonly used wildcards are star, which matches any number of characters, can be one number, or can be one character, 1,000 characters, 100 characters. So when you're using a star, you simply just use one star. Don't use more than one, because just that one star stands for either one or many characters. Then we have a question mark, which matches a single alphabet in a specific position. So every question mark stands for a single character. So if you use two question marks there, it means you are meaning two characters. And we have square brackets, which matches characters within the brackets. We have angle bracket, that's less than, and you close it with greater than, which exclude characters inside the bracket. So in simple terms, in case you want to return a query which is not including something. Then we have a dash, which matches a range of characters. So remember, for it works for only ascending characters, for example A to Z, but not descending. Then hash matches any single numeric characters. So hash is used in case you are dealing with the numbers. So let us see how we can use wildcards in the queries. So here example 10, using database created in example 8. So we are still using this very database here. Create queries to return the following. 1. Staff whose surname starts with the letter O. Whose surname starts with the letter O. So you will come here, create query, design O, query wizard, your choice, okay. Then you select all those fields, next. Then you look at the name you are giving. We are giving it name, letter O. So this is where we give the title to our query, letter O. Then I will modify it, then I finish. So for this case, we want a surname starting with the letter O. So let me zoom it under criteria. This is what we shall type. So surname is starting with the letter O, so I know what is starting, which is O, but I don't know any other characters. So therefore, it calls for a wild card or a special character to represent others. So that is a star, because we have said star will represent one or more other characters. So here you are saying that I know what's beginning, which is O, but I don't know the others, and it may be one or more. So there, when you run this, you will be able to see here Onyait, Otome, or Sagala. So those three members. So we can close it and we move to the next. The next saying staff whose first name ends with letter S. So here also we can come and create query design or query wizard depending on your likes. Then next query name is going to be letter S. I will modify, then finish. And here, first name is ending with the letter S. So ending, it means I know what is ending, but I don't know what is starting. So it may be one or more characters. So star S. Then run, and here we are having Nicholas, Charles, James, etc. So we can close this. We are done with that. Then the other one is we are looking for staff whose first name contains only 5 characters. So here we shall create query, either wizard or design, depending on what you're okay with. Next, give it any name, so you can call it 5 characters or 5 letters. Modify it, finish, and here we are looking for first name, and it is containing only 5 characters. And remember, we said if you are to represent a single character, we use a question mark. So I will open quotes. Remember, for this case, you must open quotes and close it if you are to use a question mark. So you open quotes, that's one character, the second one, third, fourth, and fifth. Then you close that quotes. So here now, when you run this query, you will be able to see there is James and Peter. They are the only people whose first name contains 5 letters or characters. So that one is also done. Then now we also need the staff whose surname has letter A anywhere. So for that case, we shall have create query wizard or query design. Select the fields, next, the query name, and the query name here is a letter A. We modify it and finish. And here, surname as letter A anyway. So you come and look for that field, surname, under criteria. I will zoom it first. So A anyway means a star. We said this is any character, and A will also be in the middle. So okay, and when you run, you are having Akongo, A is here, Onyait, A is here, Erisat, A is there, Namagembe, A is there, No Crash or Sagala, yeah, so those are the ones. Then we shall close it and we go for the next one. The next one here is saying staff whose surname has letter A in the middle. So for that case, we shall create query, either wizard or design. Next, then we have A in the middle. So I will modify it, finish. So surname, I will zoom it under criteria, then I will have star A star. But if we just end there, it means A is appearing anywhere. So for that case, we shall now introduce in a question mark there and a question mark here. So what does it mean? It means I have any character here, but the condition is A must be in between. So this one here, A must be between a single character to the left and also a single character to the right. So this is the correct criteria for any letter to be in the middle. So this case, I don't expect A to be at the beginning, I don't expect A to be at the end. So when you run this, and there you will now see there is a night, A is here, a research, A is there, Namagombe, A is here, A is here. So there is no A at the beginning here, there is no A at the end. For example, we have someone called Okolong with A at the beginning. So this time we have not seen her being displayed. So that is A in the middle. So we close it and we got the next one. And the next one here is staff who are not from the chemistry department, and save it as not chemistry. So you will also come create either query wizard or query design. Okay, select those fields, next. Then here we are calling it not chemistry, modify it, and we finish. So we got the department here, and this time we need not chemistry, meaning that we are excluding chemistry, and we said excluding means we are going to use less and greater. So don't put space in between, then you type in what you're excluding, chemistry. So when you run this, you will be able to see other departments apart from chemistry. So there we are good to go. So members, thank you for your time. Let's meet in the next video.